How you could take a story as, well, as huge as Genesis and make it feel like a blockbuster movie? That's exactly what we're going to do. We're breaking down this massive story into just 5 cinematic AI prompts to see how it comes to life, shot by shot.
And it all kicks off with, well, probably the 4 most famous words ever spoken. Talk about an opening line. This is the ultimate beginning, right? It sets the tone for literally everything. So what we're going to do is see how you translate not just this moment, but the entire creation story into a visual language that feels real and immediate to us today.
Okay, so prompt number 1 it's a big one. It covers the entire creation of this perfect world, and then that one single choice that, changes everything.
So just picture this playing out on a massive screen. The prompt itself asks for an epic, majestic, heavenly atmosphere. Now, when you tell an AI that, you're basically saying, go big. I want grand scales, soft, almost dreamlike lighting, something that just takes your breath away. So it starts from literally nothing, just complete darkness, and then bam, a voice cuts through the silence and light just explodes into existence. After that, it's like this incredible cosmic montage, right? The skies are pulled apart, the oceans find their place, the land is just painted with trees and flowers, the sun, moon, stars pop into place, then all the creatures, birds, fish, animals, and it all builds and builds to this final shot humanity, created in this stunningly beautiful garden.
And this garden, wow. We're talking waterfalls, fruit trees everywhere, all the animals just living together in perfect harmony. This is the baseline, a world with zero fear, zero shame. It's a place where humanity can literally walk with its creator. It's just pure, absolute perfection.
But then, everything changes. And that's what's so powerful about this visual. You see the before on one side, that total harmony. And then the after. The moment that choice is made, the whole vibe just flips. The prompt would make the visuals shift instantly. The sky gets dark, clouds roll in, and for the very first time, you see fear. You see shame. Adam and Eve aren't out in the open anymore. They're hiding. That visual whiplash is the whole point.
And that one decision, well, it doesn't just stay in the garden. Its effects start to ripple outward. And as we'll see in the next prompt, it leads to a world that's, well, completely broken by conflict.
And here's how that tragedy unfolds. It's just as heartbreaking escalation. You'd start with a really tight, personal shot. One brother, Cain, overcome with jealousy, killing the other, Abel, the first murder. But it doesn't stop there. That violence, that sin, it's like a virus. It spreads everywhere, and soon the whole world is just spiraling. It gets so bad that it triggers the ultimate reset button, the Great Flood, a massive, world-cleansing event. But out of that destruction comes a new beginning, marked by that beautiful symbol of the rainbow, a promise, a covenant.
Right, and this is a huge pivot in the entire epic. We're moving away from these giant, world-spanning stories of chaos and judgment and zooming in on something much more specific, much more personal.
So first up, you have humanity's grand plan. Everybody's united, they're all speaking the same language, and they decide they're going to build this insane tower, the Tower of Babel, that literally reaches up to the heavens. It's all about human power, human pride, all focused on this one massive goal.
But then, God's plan cuts in, and it's the complete opposite. Suddenly at the tower, nobody can understand each other. The project just grinds to a halt in total chaos and confusion, and the visual prompt would cut from all that noise to total silence. Just one man, Abraham, alone under this vast, starry sky. We go from the roar of a crowd to a quiet whisper, from a massive group to just one person.
And this is where we get this super important idea of the covenant, which is really just a sacred binding promise. So, after humanity's big plan completely falls apart, a new plan starts. But this time, it's not about a big tower. It's a simple promise to one guy, a promise that his descendants will be as numerous as the stars he's staring up at. And that promise, it's going to be the engine for the rest of the story.
So now, the camera lens zooms in even tighter. This huge, world-changing promise, it all comes down to one family. And their story, let me tell you, is just packed with these unbelievable tests of faith.
And you really can't imagine a bigger test than this one. The prompt would show Abraham walking up that lonely mountain with his son, Isaac, ready to make the most impossible sacrifice. You can just feel the tension ratchet up with every single footstep. And then, at the absolute last second, the knife is literally in the air, an angel stops him. Phew! It's just pure drama, and that moment of relief just seals the deal on that covenant.
And finally, the whole story zeroes in on one of Abraham's great-grandsons, a guy named Joseph. And his life story is an absolute roller coaster. I mean, it's made for the movies. He starts out as the favorite son, the dreamer, right? But his dreams tick off his brothers so much that they betray him. They throw him in a pit and sell him into slavery. Talk about a low point. But then, the very thing that got him into trouble, his ability to interpret dreams, ends up being his ticket out. It helps him rise all the way up to become the second most powerful man in Egypt. It's this amazing full-circle story that ends with this incredible moment of forgiveness, where he actually saves the family that sold him out and keeps that original promise going. So, think about it. We went from a single voice in total darkness all the way to a promise made to one family that changes the world. We've seen creation, destruction, ambition, betrayal, and forgiveness. It's a huge journey. Which really leaves you with one big question. Why did these ancient stories about our origins still hit us so hard? What is it about them that feels so powerful,